Ugh, I think it's almost poetic in a way where 20 years ago at the 2006 World Cup, both Messi and Cristiano made their debuts on the world stage in that particular World Cup. And it's almost like 20 years later, you have this full circle moment where both of them are actually playing their last World Cup at the 2026 World Cup, where and many, okay, quite a few people might be too young to remember this, but for those that are older or slightly older or my age, for instance, would remember the 2006 World Cup and how Cristiano was pivotal for Portugal in that one. If memory serves me right, Portugal actually managed to make the semi-finals of that one. They had a very good squad, a very insanely good squad with the likes of Luis Figo, Rui Costa, sorry, Jacko. Yeah, they were exceptional. Like they really had a squad that could have gone all the way had it not been for the likes of France, which at the time had legends in that team. I mean, you talk of Zidane, Thierry Henry, Frank Ribery, Lilian Thuram, David Trezeguet, Fabian Buffers. The list goes on and on. So that squad too was quite good. Um, but yeah, that's the past. This is the here and now. And Portugal, obviously, this is a new generation of players different from the 2006 generation, with the exception being that Cristiano has seen the best of both worlds. He's actually gotten that experience over time from 2006 right down to this moment in 2026. And obviously, over the years, he's actually gained more experience. He's gone through several transformations. I mean, in 2006, he was more of a midfield winger type of player, where obviously he was the step over type of king and the dribbling talents that broke out onto the scene. But now he's more into a role where he now has to be the elder statesman in the team, not just the captain, but he's more of that leader type of person who has to show the experience when it matters the most. And time again, this has always been the issue with Cristiano, where when it comes to the World Cup, it's almost like he starts out in some World Cups, for instance, like the 2018 World Cup. He starts out really good, but then when he gets to the match that matter the most, he just fizzles out completely. Um, and obviously you have the last one as well in 2022 where he was just abysmal. And you could also look at other World Cups too, like the 2010 World Cup where he basically had to take on the role for the first time as the captain of the team. Now, granted, in 2010 he didn't have the attacking talents that he had in 2006. I mean, Portugal back then was still going through that transition period. In 2018, you could have made the argument where he could have actually Portugal should have actually have won it because then they had the players that had won from the 2016 Euro squad, and obviously in 2022 the same could also be said. Now this is his last chance at actually making it, at actually winning it, and right now he hasn't really got an excuse. Portugal, not just him, but Portugal in general, don't have an excuse this time around because they have all the attacking players and all the defensive players and all the creative talents at their disposal now. I mean, the stars have actually aligned for them to actually win a World Cup now more than ever. So yeah, that's just the intro to this group, and yeah, let's get into it. So you got Uzbekistan, you got Portugal, obviously, you got Colombia, now you've got fourth place playoff team, which would come out of a Congo, a Jamaica, and I believe what could be a North Caledonia. And I want to, yeah. Um, so that being said, Uzbekistan have managed to make their first ever World Cup, which is incredible. And I think what could be said for that has to do with the head coach which they have right now, being a World Cup legend in the form of Fabio Cannavaro. Again, this goes back to 2006. Fabio Cannavaro was I think he was the Ballon d'Or winner back in 2006, back when he was obviously still playing football. And he was also the captain of the Italian team that actually won the 2006 World Cup. So yeah, they have a legend to draw from in terms of experience going into the first ever World Cup in this one. And it will be interesting to see like what exactly Cannavaro does as a manager or as a head coach at the time with this Uzbekistan team. Colombia, we know what they can do based on their performances from previous World Cups and also the Copa America, which took place, the last edition of the Copa America. Colombia also have a strong squad to pull from in terms of like talent wise. Obviously, they have the likes of James Rodriguez, um, Luis Diaz, and yeah, a couple of others too, who have proven time and time again to be lethal in front of goal. And yeah, Colombia is an interesting one because I feel like they are one of the dark horses going into the World Cup, and quite a lot of people are sleeping on them. But personally, I feel like they could go far if they really put their heads down and really focus on making the most of the talents as a collective unit. Now, in terms of the fourth team, or the fourth team that actually might come out in this pot to complete this group. Obviously, Jamaica, it's really hard to tell because they had to let go of the manager. I think it was Steve Bruce. Yeah, they had to let go of him. So right now, they have an issue where it's really hard to tell if they manage to make it through the playoffs into this group. But then again, you never know. Um, I heard rumors that Mason Greenwood obviously was trying to make the squad for Jamaica to get them into the World Cup as well. So we have to see how that also plays out. But I think Congo, out of the three teams, has proven to be the one worthy enough to be the fourth team for this group. Based on what we've seen these past couple of months, both at the AFCON and also with the qualification matches which they've played. So I am leaning more towards Congo being the fourth team on this in this group, which would mean that looking at the group in general, Portugal comes in first place. Um, Obviously due to the talent. Then in second place, I would say Colombia, but also I'm yet to see how exactly Congo and Uzbekistan play. I will be shocked if Congo or Uzbekistan manages to come into second place, but I feel just on paper and also on the field of play, Colombia have more experience on this one. So Colombia comes in second place. In third place, I would say Congo, but then I also wouldn't be surprised if somehow Uzbekistan manages to slip into third place. But I just feel like DR Congo, might actually make third place, which would be interesting to see because if they manage to make third place and make it into the knockout stages as one of the best third place teams at this World Cup, that would be a huge achievement on their part, especially given the fact that they've not been in a World Cup for so long. That would be incredible. So yeah, Congo comes in third place, and then Uzbekistan comes in fourth place, which is still fairly good for them because then they've got the experience to qualify again. They've got that experience and hunger to qualify for more World Cups in the future. So yeah, Portugal, they have a point to prove. I'm hoping that Cristiano takes this World Cup seriously because this is it. This really is it. This is it for him. Like there is no next one after this. This is it. Like if you can't really score a knockout goal on this one, if you can't get this team with this much talent to a final, and if you can't ultimately lift that trophy, then I just don't know how to defend you anymore on this one, especially your fans, your fan base, because you would have to live in that shadow and that what if moment. You would have to keep that with you for the rest of your life on this one. But yeah, Portugal first, Colombia second, DR Congo third, and Uzbekistan comes in fourth place.